We've had this vehicle for just over a year now, so in that time, lots has changed. Welcome to Get Out Go. I'm Christoph, and this is my rig walk around of our 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser 79 Series.
Green Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Green Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Oh, Miss Lucy dead and gone, left me here to weep and moan. Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up, green Sally down, last done start, gotta tell the ground. Oh, Miss Lucy dead and gone, left me here to weep and moan.
Over the last year, we've turned this capable pickup into a full-time overlander. And it's already taken us to some amazing places. We've done more than 30,000 kilometers or 18,000 miles without any hassles. Choosing the right gear has enabled us to do so reliably and comfortably. Please join us now for a tour of our tiny home on wheels. Let's start with the tires. Tire-wise, we went with 33 inches, so these are 285 75 16s. That's a fairly easy size to get out there in the sticks, so it makes sense, but it's a 33, so it does give you a little bit more ground clearance, and more rubber is usually better. We went for the Maxxis Razor 8811s. These have now got 30,000 Ks on, and I'm still very happy with these. They handle very well on-road, off-road, and especially in the wet. We've used these tires in all sorts of terrain and seasons, and so far they haven't disappointed. We've had one puncture so far, and we could luckily repair it. Having a good tire monitoring system helps immensely to alert you to changes in pressure and temperature before you permanently damage a tire. Adjusting to the correct tire pressures in different road conditions greatly improves the ride and the lifespan of your tires as well. We also regularly balance and rotate our tires, as well as wheel alignment to ensure even wear. All in all, we're quite happy with how these tires have performed so far. The suspension of this vehicle is all Tough Dog. We have 500 constant leafs at the back, airbags for variable weight. The weight does vary on this when we tow, especially when we are doing those nice trailer and caravan reviews, so that's literally the only time we use those airbags. Then I have adjustable shocks at the rear for that same reason, and Ralphs at the front. Overlanding rigs usually carry more weight and venture further off the tarmac than what the factory suspension was designed for. Our rig isn't a rock crawler, but it does have to deal with varied terrain and all the additional weight we've added. The difference between the OE components and Tough Dog is clear to see. Besides the coils, leafs and shocks, we also added an adjustable pan-out rod to recenter the axle after the lift, as well as a steering dampener to reduce oscillations after the lift and fitting bigger tires. All of this adds up to a ride far superior to standard. We'll also be testing out Tough Dog's new TDR Pro shock soon. These now feature remote reservoirs that promise to deliver superior cooling and precision response. These shocks also feature an 8-stage rebound and compression adjustment. We'll obviously update you once we've tested them out. Performance-wise, I've added a 76mm De Graaf exhaust system. That's made enough of a difference that I don't feel it's necessary to map anything like that. I have added an extra diesel pre-filter, which is also quite important if you travel in rural areas, as well as diff breathers. I will still do the clutch, upgrade that to a heavy-duty clutch, as well as the 5th gear re-gearing. The revolutions on this is quite high at around 110, 120 kilometers an hour, and that kind of just reduces it like an overdrive, which makes for, especially long-term travel, a lot easier ride, and it reduces your fuel consumption somewhat as well.
This exhaust system is a straightforward install, but it significantly improves performance. It also helps the V8 to make music. We don't want for power in this vehicle. We also fitted an LAS snorkel for cooler, cleaner air and to prevent water ingress to a point. We also upgraded to Power Brake X-Line brakes. These include upgraded discs, calipers, and pads. Each kit is expertly designed specifically for your vehicle. They're also manufactured to extremely high standards right here in South Africa. Last but not least, we also added LA spacers to correct the age-old landcruiser rear track issue.
Let's have a look at some of the bar work. Up front, we've got an opposite lock bull bar. I usually go for full hoops because this does give you protection against animal strikes, which is unfortunately a common occurrence on rural roads. A bull bar naturally gives you a lot more options around adding accessories and rated recoveries. So on here we have a Warn winch. This is a 12,000 pound Warn Evo winch. We've also have our spotlights, which is the Light Force Beast, which I love, as well as some driving lights.
This bull bar is ADR compliant and airbag tested. We've certainly put it through its paces already and it doesn't look any worse for wear. This winch can be controlled wirelessly, and we went for a synthetic line to reduce weight and improve safety. This is Warn's lowest amp draw and fastest line speed under load winch yet. We've also upgraded the factory headlights with Light Force LEDs. This together with the Beast driving lights makes a massive difference. The Beast driving lights have 3 modes: Spot, which is for distance, Flood for the sides of the road, and Beast mode, which is both. We also added a Go BX bash plate and rated recovery points.
We've also added some custom bush bars from High Range Safari in Botswana. These fit very nicely with the opposite lock bull bar, and then it comes with rock sliders as well.
High Range is an amazing fitment center, but they also fabricate custom accessories. These bush bars protect your front end and the rock sliders your vehicle's sills. We also added a Go BX rear bar with a spare wheel carrier as well as a tow hitch and rated recovery points.
We have an easy on roof rack. This is the only roof rack that will actually fit on a single cab together with an alu-cab canopy camper. This is for dirty, loose items I don't want inside. We usually use this for wood. And sometimes when it's an extended remote trip, we'll also add additional drinking water up there.
Easy On manufactures great overlanding gear including roof racks and tents. This roof rack is simple to install, but it works great. We have some future plans for additional water, so watch this space.
Our biggest reason for getting a single cab bakkie or truck was to fit the alu-cab canopy camper. This entire build really revolves around this feature.
You can also look at the alu-cab mod cap, which is similar but is more modular. Alu-cab products are manufactured in South Africa and is available almost anywhere in the world at one of their authorized fitment centers. Outdoor campers fitted ours and it was a seamless process. They also did the base interior fit out and electrical install. We also added some additional alu-cab accessories.
We originally chose the canopy camper as this gives us inside living space. If you're going to travel long term or be out here long term, you definitely need an inside living space where you can just be, where you can work, you can get out of the elements. Now, this was definitely a prerequisite for us, and we prefer this over towing, so this was the obvious choice here.
This tiny home is a great place to live and work out of.
If you've seen our alu-cab canopy camper install, you would have seen this bit already, but this is really the key feature here. You can slide the bed to the top, and I'm 6'2", and I can stand upright in here. You can change clothes, and with this cupboard configuration especially, you have a lot of space to move around in.
No more ladders to access your rooftop tent. You can simply climb up to your bed from the inside. The double bed is spacious and comfortable. You might think this would be complicated to set up. Well, it isn't. You simply pop 2 latches, push up the roof, and you're done. The deluxe unit also comes with the alu-cab 270 degrees shadow awning that provides great cover but is also very easy to set up.
So in the 2 front gull wings, we've added 2 shelves. One is our kitchen, so this will have all our cutlery and some food, sauces, you name it. And on the other side is all my camera equipment.
You can obviously use this space for anything, but it is critical to our production. The kitchen also comfortably holds all our food items.
The 2 rear gull wings are left unobstructed. The only thing you'll see here is the optional mosquito nets you get from alu-cab. This is great for allowing airflow through the whole canopy, and you can still access the fridge or freezer here as well.
We have 2 52-litre National Luna fridges. One is a freezer and the other one a fridge. The gull wing doors are lockable, and we highly recommend getting the optional dust covers as well. The JME Developments interior makes for a practical and comfortable place to live and work. Our power system also allows for a few household luxuries like this Nespresso machine and an air fryer. We have 300 amp hour of battery power and multiple ways to charge it. We have 2 MPPT solar charge controllers, a 50 amp DC to DC charger, and a 3000 watt pure sine wave inverter. We have a 430 watt solar panel on the roof, as well as a Flexo Power Karoo 230 watt panel for when we parked in the shade. All our electrical equipment can be switched on and off remotely, which is great, especially for external lighting. This works great for wild camping. The entire system can also be easily cut off from the main battery in an emergency. and all the connections are fused. We also installed the alu-cab shower cube. This is easy to set up but works great for wild camping. We currently have 100 liters of water on board, and we generate hot water with this Duo 12 or 220 volt water boiler. This provides hot water to the shower or the removable basins at the back. We have 190 liters of diesel on board, as well as this 20 liter jerry can. Our 3 kilograms propane tank is also housed at the back, as well as power in and outputs, and a propane quick connect coupler. We also installed the alu-cab drop-down table on the rear door. This is a great lunch or coffee station, and we also place our gas cooker here. All of these items neatly stow away for travel as well. We also have an easy on shovel bracket mounted to the rear door. Our spare wheel cover carries trash and our recovery boards.
So let's talk a little bit about the downsides of this vehicle. The ride in here is definitely agricultural. This has got no luxury by any means. And if you're looking for all sorts of features like lane assist, it just doesn't have it. In that sense, we actually prefer it that way. We out here long term, and the more electronics you have, the more stuff can go wrong. I think it is a little bit ridiculous what you pay for these, considering this one didn't even come with a radio. The interior in here is a bit plasticky. It scratches like nothing, and you have to do quite a bit to this car. You cannot just take this out there standard if you want to be comfortable and have it be practical by any means. That's also the upside though. You can definitely make this uniquely yours, but it comes at a price, obviously. So this is definitely not a vehicle for everybody. I think especially if this is your daily driver as well, if you're stuck in traffic in this the whole time, I don't know. Maybe the 2.8 with the automatic is better in that sense. That's also, I think, well suited probably for like a farm vehicle. Now, that maybe brings me to, a lot of people have asked, why did I go for the V8 and not the 2.8 diesel? I actually test drove that. Personally, in my humble opinion, that engine is made for a Hilux. This is not a Hilux. This has got big prop shafts, big diffs. It is a heavy vehicle. Now you're putting in a smaller engine. Yes, but on paper the power is more, the torque is more, but that is working so much harder than this engine to do the same job. So how long is that going to last? I don't know. Once they've gone through the niggles and that's been around for a longer time, maybe that's an option. I think again that would be great for like something that's also a daily driver or a farm vehicle. For us, the V8's just definitely the better choice. We also done a lot of work on the interior of the cab in this vehicle, just to make it a lot more comfortable and functional. Let me show you around.
I can't stand the rain against my window.
The first step was for pneumatic gear to add sound deadening to the cab.
Sweet memories
We also added speaker panels and the audio system.
against my window.
We also added Takla Products Alcantara and Cantex seat covers.
Hey, window pane, tell me, do you
These add a lot of comfort and protect your seats.
how sweet
We also installed tack mats on the floor. as well as a dash cover. We also added these armrests from Opposite Lock, an essential upgrade for the 70 series, as well as this Outback roof console, also from Opposite Lock. This houses our ICOM VHF radio. We use the Aura frequencies. We've relocated the radio microphone jack to the dashboard though. I prefer this over it dangling from the ceiling. Nomadic Gear also created this custom center console to house some of our camera gear. We also added an onboard air compressor behind the driver's seat. Final touches include this 1x rear digital mirror.
So our vehicles take a fair amount of abuse out here, especially bush rash. So on this vehicle I decided to go for a wrap. This is by Avery Dennison. It's a mix of the PPF and Supreme Satin, and was expertly applied by Tsanin Print Company.
Tsanin Print Company also created the design for us. The front of the vehicle is covered with PPF, as it usually takes the brunt of the bush rash. Design elements are then applied under or above the PPF, as well as some subtle but very cool highlights. At the back we used black satin with gloss topo lines. Finally, our sponsor logos are applied on top. We love the look of this, as well as the protection it adds.
These little storage boxes from TSU has also been very handy. This allows me to put all the recovery gear, anything that gets really dirty. There's a storage place for it, but I don't have to put all those dirty things inside the car anywhere. These are available on my website as well if you're interested.
These provide a surprising amount of storage and are lockable as well.
This vehicle certainly isn't for everybody, but I think if you're after a long-term overlander, this definitely fits the bill. It is very basic in a lot of respects, and we actually chose it for that reason. There's a lot less that can go wrong, especially in the electronics department, which we like. Solid axles front and rear. So again, not the most comfortable, but it's reasonably comfortable, especially with a lot of the upgrades we've done. And I think it'll stand the test of time. Let's see. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It does make a difference. Until next time, get out there.
He's got a brand new car, looks like a Jaguar. It's got leather seats, it's got a CD player. But I don't wanna talk about it anymore. I think we're gonna make it. I think we're gonna save it, yeah. So don't you try and fake it anymore, anymore. We'll start over again, grow ourselves new skin, get a house in Devon, drink cider.